to be a little bit different because most of this happened actually offline in person, but the online component of how it came to be is really important, and it's kind of how we got there. So this is what I'm going to talk about, a new thing that I've never mentioned before, and it's what I'm calling the social version of site to store. Now, you've all done site to store, I'm sure. You order that TV from Best Buy, but instead of having come to your house, it goes to the store, or you go to Target, and they've got a piece of furniture that's not there, but they order it site to store, so it comes directly to them, and you pick it up from the store, so there is no shipping charges, right? But that's all in e-commerce. That's not my gig. But in social, this is what I'm calling site to store. And this is when we use customer engagement online to get people offline. And that's a really important concept because it's happening more and more as businesses straddle that line between digital and brick and mortar, because not everybody's going to go all one way or the other. We know that people that are brick and mortar need to also be social and digital, but some people exist only digital. So some will do both and some won't. So here's what happened. I'm getting married in about 15 months, and we're starting down that path of vendors, right? So we're kicking over all the rocks of photographers and DJs and videographers and florists and just, anybody that, has some role in the wedding. Now let's take that a couple of months back when Pure Platinum Party, who, as we found out, have been in business for 23 years and the best of the best of the best on the Knot and the Knot's Hall of Fame and all these things, they did a digital contest. Tell us your engagement story. The best engagement story will win. So Linda went on and she was going to tell the story, but really what she did was she just posted a link to a blog because I keep a personal running blog of all of our adventures in life. So she puts a link there, they ooh and ah over it, and we win. What we won was $1,000 off of any package. So $1,000 off a video, $1,000 off a photo, $1,000 off of a DJ for any of the ones we choose to sign up for. Fine. We're in, we're amped. Here's the hook. You've got to go see them in person. And here's where that goes from site to store now. This is where that online engagement, they put a push opportunity, a push message out there. Hey, here's what we're saying. To create a pull opportunity, which drew us in to share our story. Then they went from site to store, engaged, hooked us, offered, and then brought us into the store. But this is where they failed. And it's almost a bigger fail when you mess up on a site to store than when it's only online. And here's why. When we got there, this guy was awful. I mean, canned message, looked down the entire time, didn't make any eye contact, spent the first 15 minutes going over their accolades of the Knot in 2011 and 12 and 13 and 14, and which only just began, so I don't understand that. And the Knot's Hall of Fame and the editor's pick, and they're in Nordstrom's and they're in Bloomingdale's and whatever. So he goes through all the stuff. Then he starts telling us about DJ packages. And he shows us a whole bunch of pictures of all these different things, and he's naming all the technical terms which I know nothing about. Linda knows nothing about. We're new to this. As somebody who's in the business 23 years, he should have known to pace himself. And I said, all right, in photography, as you guys know, we offer photography as a service in JVIG Media, so I happen to know a little bit about the topic. He really didn't want to discuss it. The condescension was in full swing. Next thing you know, he's writing us up a package of how much it's going to cost us, minus all the discounts, minus the 10% military discount for me being an active duty veteran he was going to give me. But at no point did he explain what my money was buying me. I knew I got a DJ for 5 hours, but I don't know with what services, I don't know and how it all works. And the photographer, we get 8 hours. And I don't know if it's a lot. I mean, a 5-hour ceremony, reception and the ceremony, that only leaves a couple of hours of the before stuff and the getting ready stuff. That didn't seem like a whole lot, but he couldn't answer anything because the whole idea was give us money up front, and then we're going to spend the next 15 months planning your perfect day for you. And we had a sign right there on a dotted line if you wanted to take advantage of that win. So now that all that's out of the way and you kind of know what happened, well, the final straw was is that I flipped out. I grabbed my shit and we left. I took Linda with me. She was on the verge of tears and frustration. He was not seeing any of it. He was ignoring all of our questions. I storm out. He's following behind. He's yelling, trying to get me back in. I came back in. I got a little more aggressive with the guy. Finally, we left, and that was that. Like, you won $10,000 from me. You owe me the courtesy of answering my fucking questions. That's just the way that works. That aside. So here's why Site to Store can be really, really awesome, because you turn digital customers, verified identities into in the flesh. You know, when you can press flesh and shake hands, it means a hell of a lot more. But when you lose, what you gotta remember is I didn't walk in off this street. When you piss me off, I don't go back to my car and disappear forever. You fucking met me online. You met me in a social space. You made a big to-do about how you met me. We beat out tons of people. There were jealous people. Do you want to go back and exhume the body of this contest? Do you want to tell people, hey, Jason and Linda decided not to go with us? Are they going to want to know why? Of course they are. So now you've got two choices. You can be the shitty business owner that lies to the customer, or you can be the shitty business owner that admits that you're a shitty business owner. So what do? See, so when you start something online, and especially when it's built around some sort of virality, when it goes bad, it explodes in a viral kind of way. You talk about the knot, you talk about reviews, you talk about the accolades built on the internet and social and people talking about your business. You pride yourself on that, but then you take a wrong turn. So what's my first reaction? To use what you're so proud of against you. What am I doing? I'm talking about your business, but in a bad way. Now, this is going to go on my site as a what not to do. That's where most of you are watching this. It's going to be linked on the knot. It's going to be linked on his business page. It's going to be linked in the 0-star review that he gets. It's going to be linked in the email. It's going to be linked in the tweets. You wanted to be social? Well, you got it. All you had to do was listen and answer the questions. All you had to do was earn the thousands of dollars I came in prepared to give you. And that started by asking. By the way, you guys are getting married. It's awesome. We love weddings. We've been doing it 23 years. What do you do for a living? What do you do for a living? Oh, you're a social media guy. I better watch my fucking mouth. You should have cared a little bit, but you didn't. You told us all about how social you are and all of your awards and how you're the best of the best of the best, and you treated both of us like shit. You made her overwhelmed and on the verge of shutting down. You had to know that if no matter anything else, when that happened, I was going to react. I could not be the first pissed off male fiance you've seen in 23 fucking years. So you wanted social, you got social. And the rest of the world knows now too. Site to Store matters almost more than anything else. It's built on virality, good and bad. Lesson learned.